All right, moving right along to our 20th fighter tonight and our fourth image. Also out of the 170-pound weight class. Your first fighter making her way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'6" tall, fighting out of Team ROC Fayetteville. Please welcome Chester Lewandowski.
Lewandowski is part of the military, Fort Bragg, United States Army. He has background in traditional martial arts. No actual belt in jiu-jitsu or anything like that.
Just experience.
Yeah, been training about 1.5 years. I think he's another one that could drop a few pounds and go to a different weight class. But like you pointed out earlier, it's the first fight. No.
Well, I mean, he looks pretty fit. But yeah, you're right. There's just a little bit extra on there.
Well, you gotta. The biggest concern is always the height. You know what I mean? Just always the height.
The guy he's going against.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner.
70, like 95.
With a record of 1-0, fighting out of Gym O. Please welcome Justin Jameson Thompson.
I don't think traditional martial arts experience in the world can prepare you to face the limitless man. And the silverback is that in spades. A limitless man in his own words. We're glad to see the return of Jameson Thompson, a man who came out here and put on a pretty frenetic, chaotic performance last time out. Went up against a high-level wrestler, and by the end of the round, in the second round, he was wrestling him and finishing him. So I'm interested to see how he has developed since going over to Gym O. That's new. Exactly. Atlantic MMA was the previous spot.
That's right.
And we know that Gym O has a way of refining people. Brent Williams went over there, got some game. Ahmed Kamas now training over there. See him in the corner right there.
That's right, the Prince.
Not a small man by any means. No. And if Jameson could make anything less than 170, I'd be surprised if he could make 168. Frankly. He is a big B.
Don't know until you know. You have to fight these fights.
All right, Lewandowski is tatted up in the black shorts. And that's Thompson and the Shock Doctors. No tats.
Close the distance pretty quick.
Already nice on that cage and already trying to level change, but Chester is just a little stronger.
James is just reaching a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He's reaching and he's kind of bending over with it too.
Once he gets his bearing, he'll realize that he's overstretched and make the adjustment.
Well, I think he's used to just muscling people around, and so far Lewandowski is rising to the physical challenge of the strength of the silverback.
Good knee by Jameson. Chester trying to fight off the cage, but needs to work his back away from the cage if he wants to do that.
Mm.
And not go over the head so much because you're going to give up your back.
Hey, we know how good Jameson is on the back here, but Lewandowski gets right up. Good urgency there. That was a bad spot. Jameson here right in front of us here on the fence.
Yes.
Inside grape. Oh, really putting a lot of pressure and strain on that knee, trying to get some compliance from Lewandowski. Not a lot of surgical precision on these takedown attempts from Thompson. Just a lot of muscle.
Controlling the hands, should turn back into him. Made a mistake there.
He's so strong, dude.
James Blunt.
They squeezing the neck from standing. Lewandowski doing a nice job of fighting the hands.
James is letting you know where he wants to fight. And that is on the ground. He wants to be on the ground. And the problem with Lewandowski is not being able to get the separation
Yeah.
And if this keeps up for the rest of this round or even the part of the next, he'll be quite tired. He's not going to be able to get
Yeah, he's carrying all
any of his
all
striking.
198 pounds of Jameson here. I'm sure Jameson has juiced up a little bit since that weigh-in. I'm sure he's put on at least 10 or 15. But, man, he's solid on the neck here.
Yeah.
I think he's
But
just so strong. He just pulled the head into place where he wanted it. Oh, my God. Jameson Thompson about rips his head off. The limitless man has returned.
It's a strong man.
The silverback goes gorilla mode. Almost just neck cranked his face off there.
It's a big man.
And Lewandowski honestly impressed me with his ability to match Thompson strength for strength. But once you get to that back control position, especially when you start making them carry all your weight, that strength rapidly starts to deteriorate, as you notated.
Well, like I said, he had moments where he's controlling the hands and things he could have done to turn away from the cage, but it's the first time in the cage, eyeballs on you. It's a lot of pressure. That pressure is different.
Fighter to the center of the cage.
It's a move
Your
he makes every
winner
time.
by rear naked choke out of the blue corner, Dustin Jameson Thompson.
Pretty sure that's a move he defends a lot in the gym, but the gym, the pressure's not the same.
Yeah, it's a different type of, there's not a lot of guys that size that will jump on you and make you get ridden by them, essentially. Like, jump on your back and kind of sink it further and further in until you have no choice but to try to, like, deal with it by either standing up, which is what a lot of people do if they're not super well comfortable on the ground,
Right.
or you can try to turn back into them and establish some kind of half guard, clear one of the legs or something. But, yeah.
Now Jameson's on the dance floor.